You think you're improving your life. You believe you are becoming stronger, smarter, more disciplined, more focused, more valuable. Every day feels like progress. Every habit feels like a step forward. Every small change feels like movement. But closer to what? Have you ever stopped and asked yourself that? What exactly are you trying to become? And who decided that who you are right now is not enough? Because that idea is where everything begins. You didn't create it. It was given to you. Slowly, carefully, over time, through comparison, through expectations, through pressure you didn't even notice. You learned that being yourself is not enough. You learned that you need to improve, to grow, to become something more. And it sounds right. It sounds logical, even powerful, because improvement feels like control. It feels like direction, like purpose. But underneath it, there is something hidden. Every time you try to improve yourself, you send a message to your own mind. I am not enough. And the more you repeat it, the deeper it becomes, until one day, it feels like truth. So you act from that place. You open your phone, and instantly you see people doing more than you, achieving more, living better. And without thinking, you compare, constantly, automatically. You measure your life against theirs, and every time, you lose. Because there will always be someone ahead, and that creates a feeling that you are behind, but you are late, that you are not doing enough. So you push harder, wake up earlier, work longer, sacrifice more. And from the outside, it looks like discipline, but inside, something is changing. You stop enjoying your life. You stop experiencing it, because now everything must have a purpose. Every moment must move you forward. And if it doesn't, it feels like failure. Even rest feels wrong. Even silence feels uncomfortable, because your mind never stops. You are no longer living your life. You're managing it, controlling it, optimizing it, trying to turn yourself into something better, but better never comes. Because there is always another level, another version, another goal. And the more you chase it, the further it moves away. Because the system was never designed to complete you. It was designed to keep you chasing. At some point, something shifts. Your entire life becomes structured, organized, controlled, calculated. Everything turns into a system. You track your habits, measure your time, analyze your behavior, trying to remove everything that feels inefficient. And slowly, your life looks perfect from the outside. But inside, something feels empty, because structure is not meaning, and control is not peace. You think you are building yourself, but in reality, you are creating distance from yourself. A gap forms between who you are and who you think you should be. And that gap becomes your motivation. But it also becomes your suffering, because it never closes. It only moves. You reach a goal, and for a moment, you feel something? Relief, satisfaction, progress, but it fades. And then a new goal appears, a new expectation, a new standard. And suddenly, what once felt like success feels like nothing, not enough. So you push again, harder, stronger, colder. You become more controlled, more strict with yourself. And without realizing it, you start treating yourself like a machine. Something to optimize, something to fix, something to upgrade. But you are not a machine. And this is where everything begins to break. Because the more you try to control yourself, the more you divide yourself. There is a version of you that is always watching, always judging, always pushing. And another version that is tired, exhausted, quietly resisting. And the tension between them becomes your reality. You call it discipline. You call it growth. But if you are honest, it feels like pressure, like something heavy, something constant, something you cannot escape. Even when you stop, your mind doesn't. Even when you rest, you feel guilty. Even when you succeed, it doesn't feel complete, because the voice inside you always finds something missing. And slowly, you start to believe that this is normal. But it isn't. This is not growth. This is dependency, an addiction to becoming someone else. And when you finally stop, even for a moment, something becomes clear. You were never broken. You were never incomplete. You were never missing anything. You were simply taught to believe that you are. And once you believe that, everything changes. You start fixing things that were never broken, improving things that were never wrong, chasing versions of yourself that don't exist. And the more you chase them, the more you lose yourself. Because you are no longer here. You are somewhere else. In the future, in an idea, in a version of yourself that always feels just out of reach. And that creates tension, a quiet dissatisfaction, a feeling that something is always missing. But what if nothing is missing? What if the problem is not that you are not enough, but that you believe you should be more? That belief alone is enough to keep you trapped forever, because there's no end to more, no final version, no moment where everything suddenly feels complete. It doesn't exist. So what happens if you stop? Not forever, just for a moment. What happens if you stop trying to improve? Stop trying to fix yourself. Stop trying to control everything. At first it feels uncomfortable, even frightening, but then something changes. The pressure disappears. The noise fades, and for the first time, you're not chasing anything. You're just here. And in that moment, you realize something simple. You didn't need to become someone else. You didn't need to upgrade yourself. You didn't need to fix your life. You just needed to stop fighting it. Because maybe the real freedom is not control, not discipline, not endless improvement, but acceptance. Clear, honest, unfiltered. You are already here. You are already alive. And maybe that was always enough. You are not improving your life. You are escaping it. And the moment you stop running is the moment you finally arrive.